good? SupremeDaalmighty back in the building. You know what I mean? We got the homie Chief Reckah on the show tonight. Special guest, the homie DJ Snowgoons. We're going to be talking about the album. Shout out to the sponsors, you know what I mean? Snowgoons, Creative Juices Music, Elite Sound International, Blaze 'em Up Radio, Vital Frontier, Smile with the Ghetto Child, you know what I mean? Usual Suspects. Hope everybody's having a good week. You know what I'm saying? Word. Peace. Peace to everybody tuned in. Peace. Try to get some damn light up in here. Yo, illegal Chief Reckah, man, hit that request button. Make sure to check out Chief Reckah's new album with Bo Fat, you know what I mean? On all platforms at the moment.
Yeah.
Yo, it's good.
What's poppin'? You can hear me? Yep.
You hear me?
You can hear me, right, bro? Hold up. Yep. Hold on. Let me jump out and jump back.
Good, bro.
What's good?
I can't get this shit. Hold on, let me see something. Yo, hold on, I'm gonna close this up and start it back up again, cause it's acting up.
All right.
Oh wait, I can hear you now. Your shit's weird. Hold on, let me get Chief Reckah back up in here. I thought it was my phone a second. You know what I mean? I thought this was acting stupid, yo. There we go.
All right. Y'all can hear me?
Yeah. We good now, yo.
Yeah. What's going on? What's good?
Chilling, man. Glad to have y'all here, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, appreciate you, Supreme. You know what I mean? And big salute to DJ Illegal in the place. You know what I mean? Word.
Yep. We got the family in the building. It's about to go down and shit. You know what I'm saying? Definitely interested to talk about this album. You know what I'm saying? But before we do that, let's do a little chitter chatter. You know what I'm saying? I want to do some background on you and whatnot for those that may not know some stuff about you. So, first off, Chief Reckah, how you came up with your name, bro?
You know what? Since I was like 11, they used to call me Chief. Maybe because I look like a chief or something. But and then I be smoking trees all the time, so I be chiefing all the time. So most definitely, like, you know, that tapped in. So when I used to do my little freestyles on the staircase and shit, like I had this one repetitive run because I was like, you know the song, "It's a Chief Reckah #1, Chief Reckah," right? Like, so I'd be like, yo, I would rhyme off of that. I'd be like, yo, it's Chief Reckah. I pull the heat pop you and fucking meat chop you or some shit, like, you know. But then I was like, all right, that's already Lords of the Underground. So you know what I mean. Instead of rocking shit, let me wreck shit. So I changed it to Reckah. So then the rhyme pattern became like, yo, it's Chief Reckah. I make you OD on scripts like Heath Ledger or something like that now, you know?
No doubt. I think I'd ask that, man, because it's an interesting name. You know what I'm saying? Like, definitely an interesting name and shit. Now, just to do a background real quick. You're from Canada, right?
Yeah, I was born in Toronto.
No doubt, no doubt. So I had to bring this up, you know what I mean, because of the current events and shit. Like, how is it over there due to circumstance?
Oh, we living, bro. I mean, like, for one, I don't know, like the first night that shit came through, I looked at the moon and that shit was mad orange, and I was like, yo, it's the day of judgment, guys, get ready.
Yo, I've been hearing that. I've been hearing that shit all day. Everybody was like, yo, all my customers like, yeah, it's Judgment Day. Hope you did your blessings or some shit. I'm like, damn, all right. Like,
that's exactly like, where all of our minds went. You know?
Yeah.
But I'm saying,
it's crazy.
Within like a 1-2 days, I'm just getting calls from New York all day talking about, man, I'm blaming Chief for this shit. I'm like, what am I doing?
Yo, I'm dead.
Word. And then I look on, like, I think New York Post. They're like, yo, Canada. They're blaming Canada on the New York Post.
You know what I'm saying? Like, there was so much shit going on. I'm like, yo, where's all this smoke coming from and shit? I'm like, yo, this shit is crazy, bro. Like, yeah, it was hitting us pretty crazy, man. So definitely, I wanted to ask, like, you know what I mean, make sure, first of all, make sure you good. You know what I mean? Because that's a crazy shit to happen. And you know what I mean, also just in general, because you know what I'm saying, we was feeling it down here. So I can only imagine how y'all was in the belly of the beast. You know what I'm saying,
bro? But that's what I'm saying. Like, I looked on the you know how they have those different colors for the different zones to tell you how critical it is. So like I'm on the east side of Toronto, so we was in the yellow zones. Well, it wasn't that bad, but yo, I look at New York, the shit's covered in red, and like yo. I'm looking at Facebook and people sending me pictures of the freeway, and yo, they're on like the Van Wyck. The shit looks like the zombie apocalypse.
See, you know what I mean? It was a crazy situation, but I would have preferred it to be weed. You know what I mean? Let them burn the weed forest, you know what I mean? The weed plants and some shit, because I'm pretty sure New Yorkers would have loved that. You know what I'm saying? Had that shit all up in here and shit.
Like free smoke.
Go straight up. I would have appreciated that much, but you know what I'm saying?
Right? Instead of this toxic fucking whatever that shit is, bro.
Yo, it's crazy.
It wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. Like, I think that shit, because yo, right now, so Ottawa is more like outside of our city. That shit's like hours away, and it's closer to there. And then Quebec is on top of New York, so Quebec's where all the big ass fires is happening. So New York's getting hit from Ontario, which is the province that's Toronto's in, and it's getting hit with Quebec shit too. So y'all are getting a double attack right now.
That's fucking crazy, bro.
Yeah.
That is fucking crazy.
Are y'all all right though? Like, yo, I was concerned about y'all. The shit looked like I said, Resident Evil, bro. Like,
I mean, you know what I mean? I run in that shit. I deliver packages and that shit. So, I mean, I know a lot of people affected everybody differently and whatnot. You know what I mean? Especially if you're asthmatic. But it really, to me, it's like, I guess I'm used to them type of conditions or whatever you want to call it. Because I got dirt in my truck. So I breathe in dirt all day in the fucking lungs and shit. So, you know what I mean? I guess that really didn't affect me, I guess you could say. But, yeah, I know definitely, like, my cans, everybody was talking about it and shit. I'm like, that shit's crazy. But yeah, let's not get too far from you know what I mean, distracted. I wanted to make sure you was alright, because I know I got a couple fam out in Canada and shit, so it's definitely, it was a crazy situation and shit. But yeah, let's hop right into it. Warriors drop. Shout out to Bofat. I think I seen him hop in there.
Hey, shout out to Bofat, you heard?
Yeah, you know what I mean? Bofat stay on his shit, man. He stay having that fire and shit. So I definitely, I knew he was. See, I knew what to expect, but he exceeded my expectation. So I'm glad for that. You know what I mean? Shout out to Bofat on that shit. But I figured we go through it a little bit. So you got any favorite tracks on that shit? Like that kind of stick out to you?
I definitely like We Live. So that's why, you know, that was the first one, you know, where he got to shoot the video. And then the second one that I really liked was the Love My Life, because I didn't even know I could do a good melody hook, you know? And to take it into like that era of boom bap, and then instead, because you know everyone is either like the battle rhyme kind of raps or Griselda shit, but I was like, yo, what happened to like that big huge range of hip hop that can only be done with boom bap. All the different emotions, all the different little things, you know what I mean? Like, so we live even, it was more like, I don't want to say sad, that's why I said melancholy and nostalgic, because it kind of brought me back to that time when I used to listen to a lot of like Queen's shit, you know, Queensbridge and, you know, that type of vibe. And I was like, I felt like I really recreated a song from that era with that one.
It definitely had that vibe to it. Like, I will say that. You know what I'm saying? How did before, to not to stray too much from that, but how did you and Illegal meet? Like, how did y'all connect? Because I know y'all been doing some stuff together and whatnot, and I know, you know what I'm saying? So I figure we get that little backstory on that.
All right, so obviously, you know, shout out to BoFat once again, you know what I'm saying? Because he's the connect, you know what I mean? And also Jokes Diamond, shout out to the big homie Jokes Diamonds, you know, I know he like, he was probably like, yo, my artist gonna be in town or some shit, you know, like he's always riding for me, and I love that, you know. And then I got the chance to actually meet Illegal in person because Denku was out there, and him and Sick Nature was out there, and you know, shout out to all of y'all, man. Illegal, you know, it was dope. He helped me with some stuff out when he was out here too. So appreciate you, bro.
You know how we do, yeah. Nah, man, but yeah, ultimately it goes all back to BoFat. Like you mentioned already, like everybody connected with BoFat already. Mm-hmm. So it was only one more step going from there to you know, to all the artists. And then yeah, it worked out while we met in Toronto at the show, you know. So that's you know how it is, man. Like once you connect in real life, man, that's like always way better than just social media, you know. You can, I mean, of course you can do a lot on email and whatnot, but it's like once you chop it up in real life, man, you like right away know how a person is, you know, more or less. And then, you know, we all click because like we all come from the same hip hop shit, you know, so it's all natural basically.
Yo, Facts. Yo, shout out to Generation 2. She just dropped a new single as well. How We Roll. You know what I'm saying? That shit's fire. Check that out. Also, Jukes Diamond. See, this is what I love about the team and the family, man. Y'all drop so much shit. It's like you switch between everything and shit. Jukes also just dropped a new joy too. Word. So it's like you can't go wrong. You don't. It's like you never have to. I mean, it's good to rewind and shit, but you guys got so much stuff. It's like you just want to go through all of it first and then rewind through everything else. So it's like, you know what I mean? I love it, man. It's just like every week there's something new. You can't go wrong. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but I did have to ask this and shit because I know me and you discussed it previous and shit. So what was it like to, because I know a lot of people may not know your background, but you do multiple genres of music. So what was it like to transition from what you did previous before you did the BoFat album?
So like with the other music you're saying, like with the other type of genre, so like, okay, even in my first album, like my first Arabian Nights project, I had a tune where I felt myself, as I became more of a songwriter, doing some hooks that were slightly melody, not so much like Love My Life, but like still a little bit of melody, because you know all the greats been doing it, and it was a part of boom bap too. Like I could go tune after tune after tune. You know, Capone Nori, there was like, music makes these thugs come down, right? Music makes, right? So transitioning into trap and drill though, I mean, listen, it was a process, because it's not like, yo, imagine I've been writing a certain type of music for 20 years. You know what I mean? And then now I have to find the pockets in this next beat, this next type of beat with the 808s, and how to write it and write the different patterns and how to, like, you know, harmonize so when the mix comes it's gonna sound fire. Like, it was definitely, it took me a couple of years to really get into it, because like I said, it's not like I don't even listen to it like that, you know, but I hear the songs and I know what's popular, and you know the type of guy I am. If I like something and I can do it, I might as well try to do it and see how it works out. You feel me? But it was definitely a long process. I think when I went to the South and I did my tour in the South, like I was doing all boom bap tracks in the South, and it's weird because the whole venue is just trap after trap. There's not even drill, bro. It's just trap after trap after trap. You know what I'm saying? And then I come through, I'm like, yeah, it's your boy. Like, I got more of the New York kind of swag with it, you know what I mean? But some people was rocking with it down there. But catching their vibe, being in that environment, in person, and just like, I had already lived in Arizona for 3 years, so I kind of know the Southwestern type of swag. But that Eastern South, like Atlanta, Florida, you know what I'm saying? Tennessee, like, bro, like, I think that really helped me to like see, okay, these are the patterns that I can play with, and now I could apply my lyrical writing skill to this. Feel me?
No doubt, no doubt. I mean, yeah, because like, you know what I mean? Because I know when we was discussing the chat shit, I was like, damn, I don't know, bro. You know what I mean? You know me by now, bro. I keep it a buck, man. Like, it's just the trap shit really ain't my flow. But I like how you transition to this, because it's like, it shows that you're capable of doing multiple things, and like that's good. You know what I mean? Because you can never stay one track minded and shit. You do multiple and whatnot. And I definitely gotta say, my props go out to you, because you know what I mean. I know me and you discussed before. For those that didn't know, I was like, I don't know about the trap music shit. I was like, I don't know, bro. You know what I mean? Let me think about it a little bit, but. You know what I'm saying? But then when I heard this shit, like you said it yourself. You're like, yo, I'm gonna do a boom bap album, and watch, you're gonna be feeling it. You was not lying. This shit is fire. So
appreciate you.
Definitely. And I do kind of feel like you did kind of take some of the older shit and bring it into the newer shit though, cause like with the singing and the vibes. So it's like you could kind of feel it though. But you always been a good dude. For those that don't know you, you know what I'm saying? You're always a very positive guy. So it's like, you know what? I was like, I'm cool with it. If it was any other motherfuckers though, and they were doing this trash shit, and it's like, I don't know, you know what I mean? But I like how your character is. I like how you are. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're a good dude, so I'm willing to support anything you do. I mean, that's how it should be. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not always about fans and this and that. It's about being yourself. You have to have moral integrity, but at the same time, you know what I mean? You gotta support those that support you. You know what I'm saying? But my next question is, I gotta ask you legal, because speaking of transitioning, he also transitioned a new joint with Benny Holiday, which is actually your kind of flow. So my next question was, yo, what's going on with this Chief Reckah and Legal collab?
Yeah, man, gotta make it happen now for sure. We're talking about it for a minute, you know. I think it's finally time, because like you said, for Benny, I made a couple different beats, and it was actually really fun, you know, because I'm kind of like you know, I'm not too much into the trap shit though, and the worst basically for me is like when the autotune comes in too, you know. Like, I can actually fuck with a couple trap beats, you know. I like, for example, I like really commercial shit like Russ, or you know, like R&B type kind of stuff, and here and there, a trap beat is really cool, you know. But then once the autotune comes in, that's what's killing it for me. Then finally, for the most part. But yeah, you know. So when we worked on this joint with Benny, and we knew we just can come with the regular boom bap shit. He gave me some ideas, and I tried to, you know, like, just work with some different stuff that I have never worked before, and it was actually really fun, you know. So that was my approach to really have fun with it, right? Like, because, you know, I mean, technically, man, I can force myself to do anything. I could do techno beats, if you want to say it like that, right? But I mean, what's the point? It's not my music, and so it's kind of like a little bit similar to the trap type kind of beats. And I mean, it's not really, if you listen to the beat, it's not really 100% straight trap beat. It's definitely trap orientated, but you know, I mainly left out like the 1632 hi-hats kind of style, you know, and just did my thing to it. But it has obviously an 808, and it comes with that kind of flow, you know. But then again, it was really fun to do it. And then even better for me was when Benny and them recorded, and when the joint was basically done, and then I was like, oh, okay, yeah, this has a nice flow, and it's different, you know. So that was the whole like kind of fun for me to do it. And I did a couple more trap type kind of, or like, I call it just modern beats per se, right? Because it's not really Because if I'm really go against a real trap producer or whatever, then they would say like, oh, nah, this is not really a trap beat, you know. So, but at the end of the day, man, there is no boundaries, and that's also the beauty of it, you know, to be a little bit experimental and try some different shit as long as you have fun with it, you know. That's the main part for me, though. If I wouldn't like it at all, like, I wouldn't do it, you know. So, but it's actually really fun to sometimes play around with some sounds and do some different shit too, you know. And that was my whole approach. And like I said, I did a couple more, and there will be definitely coming, especially in the Benny direction, there will be coming something like that too. So, and I'm really glad though that like the majority of like the Snowgoons fan base, that they kind of rock with it too, you know, because I mean it's different than like 10 years or 20 years ago, because I had the feeling back then we was definitely a little bit more like I wouldn't say like just like one style minded or whatever, right? But it's like it's nowadays. I mean, if we look at hip hop, man, like it's definitely crazy how far hip hop went, you know, and in which directions. There is like, I think there is not as many genres in hip hop, if you want to say it like this, than we have right now in any other genre, right? Because it's like alone the whole like reggae section, that's kind of obviously it's not coming out from the hip hop. It has always been like own section itself, but it still is also so mixed up everything, right? Like if you hear like new artists, like some of them, they have, you know, you can call this a house beat or whatever. It's like, you know, hip hop has basically like influenced all the new styles in the last 20 years so much, you know, and that's also really a good thing in my opinion, because let's just say, what if would be if everything just sounded like boom bap, you know? It would be boring, to be honest, you know, like it wouldn't make boom bap any more special or whatever if everybody would rock with it, you know. And then so ultimately, man, like as long as you do what you like, you know, and then I know you, Supreme, man, like you know how we are. I mean, if we don't like some shit, then we just don't listen, right? But so, and we don't need to really support it. But you know, at the end of the day, man, like it's good that there is a variety, and you know, and we can do whatever we want to do. That's the freedom that I have, you know, and that's how I keep rocking for sure.
Yeah, that's why I feel like there's a misinterpretation sometimes between like boom bap and whatever else is going on in the world. It's more so, you know what I mean? Like I respect what anybody does. You know what I mean? Especially country music. I don't listen to country music, but I respect it. But at the same time, I stay in my lane. You know what I'm saying? And I look at it the same way for trap artists. Like, do your thing. You know what I mean? It is what it is. I you know what I mean? But it's just personally, I can't say. I feel like I cringe. I cringe when I sit here and be like, that shit is hot when it's not. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like I'm lying to myself. I'm looking in the mirror and I'm lying to myself. I can't do that. So I'm not nonchalantly be like, yeah, you know, do your thing. You know what I mean? Whatever. It is what it is. But I like how you broke it down though, elaborated, because it's true though. Because you guys had a specific sound, like your own sound, your own lane that nobody could touch. But then you guys are always like transitioning with shit. You guys are always bringing new shit to the table, and it's giving more people like inspiration to do their own thing and not have to worry about other people's shit. I feel like that's where the game kind of got twisted. Everybody wants to sound like everybody. Everybody wants to use the same features. Everybody wants to use the same producers. It's like nobody can be themselves anymore. That shit just ruins it. You can't have fun if you try to sound like somebody else. It makes no sense. Yep. And boom bap probably would be fucking, you ain't lying. Boom bap probably would be boring if it sounded all the same. You know what I mean? Like Premier wouldn't even have a place in this hip hop community if he sounded like everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Like we all have to have our own flavor. And that's why I was telling Chief, man, like, you know what I mean? I listened to what he was saying to me and shit, and I'm like, you know, it's not bad, but you know, it's just not my thing per se. But then when he dropped this, I'm like, see, this is my thing. Yeah, cool. You know what? Let's discuss it. Let's talk about it. So, you know what I mean? That's kind of how it has to be. I mean, you know, like, I don't think there's anything wrong with you making trap beats per se. I think it's more so if you're enjoying it. If you're doing it for the money aspect, then it's like, you know, but if you're having fun with it, then why the hell not? I mean, you know, great experiments always have a great conclusion if you're enjoying it.
Right? Like, yo, even if you take, like, okay, like, you can imagine if some of our favorite artists live long enough, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, Big had already been dabbling in different shit. Like, when we heard Life After Death, like, when he was on the track with Bone Thugs, the whole flow switched, bro. He's hitting different
Yo.
pockets. I was like, shit, and he was doing it just as dope as he was doing it, you know?
Yo,
So
facts.
you never know, like, with the evolution of hip hop, like what, you know, but me personally, like you, it's like I like trap, but I love hip hop, boom bap. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, it'll always be like when I was really became a fan of hip hop in those days when the shit was really like, it's not, that feeling is not created in trap music for me. You feel me? But I enjoy it sometimes. Sometimes I'm at the club, you know, I'm in Toronto, so everything sounds like Drake out here. So, you know what I mean? So, so, you know, I go out to a party, I'm drinking, I'm like, yo, this is alright, man, this is alright. But, yo, I'm a guy who likes to just smoke my weed and meditate, so I can't really do that. Like, right, you know what I mean? Like, bro, like, that's not a chill feeling for me, bro. Like, so...
Yeah,
so
I'm saying, man, that fucking heavy ass bass, man. If I'm fucking lit and all that shit's on my motherfucking ears, giving you a motherfucking headache, you can't really vibe to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's cool if you're trying to impress somebody in the whip with the heavy ass subs in the back, but not when you're in the fucking, you know what I mean? You trying to enjoy your shit. And like I said, there's different forms of this trap drill shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, me personally, I just listen for the beats. I really don't listen to for the artist necessarily, but I like the beats. The beats have like a unique sound sometimes, and it's like, yo, I wish I could flip that. I'm pretty sure every producer has gone through this. They can say otherwise, but I'm pretty sure every producer's listened to a trap beat and was like, I wish I could flip that into a boom bap. So it's like, you know, like, this is how the game is. But yeah, like I said, man, I love the transition. I love what y'all doing and shit, especially with this album. Just to get back to it real quick, yeah, like, you have any favorite tracks on there? Because there was a lot of shit that stuck out.
I said, yo, you know what? They all had a different character to it, because it was like, I almost, you know how usually some people make like an album that it's themed in one kind of area, and then they kind of just had, this one I was like, I'm gonna give you a bunch of different tracks with a bunch of different feelings, just so that even if somebody's into just the hardcore, you know, what you call it, horrorcore shit, I'll be like, yo, go to this track. You know what I'm saying? If you're a shorty, like that little vibes, I'm in that artistic community type vibe, go listen to this song. You know what I'm saying? If I'm doing like, yo, if it's a bar track where it's like that battle rap type bar shit, I was like, go listen to this track. You know what I'm saying? Just to let them know, yo, I could do that. And even when I'm doing the different stuff, you know, I'm slipping in the bars, because I'm a guy who's like, that's my main thing. I love bars, you know? So I could be singing. I could be like straight up singing. Like, I've listened, you know, I'm a fan of different music too, since I was a little kid. Like, so it's not like because the generation flipped and whatever. Nah, like, I've been listening to Red Hot Chili Peppers and Nirvana, and certain techno tracks was banging, but house music was part of our culture back in the day, bro. Like, you know what I mean? House party, and you know what I'm saying, right? Like, it was part of hip hop. Like, it was like people don't remember that, but I do, you know? And, you know, all that old Motown R&B, like everything that y'all be sampling, I like a lot of that shit, like in its original form too. You know what I'm saying? Word. So like the Spinners, you listen to the Spinners, and yo, you know, they'll be spitting bars, bro. If you really take in what they're saying, you know, he's talking about love, but he's like, it's only a spark, and then sparks turn into flames, and love will burn again. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yo, that shit's hard. Like, yo, from a rapper, bar writer perspective, I was like, bro, that was a setup. I could have flipped that into a gun bar instead. Like, but yo, that shit was fire. It was, you know?
I feel you. I'll tell you right now, I'm waiting for the day when I link back over to Legal. I want to see him breakdance, man. I want to see you bust some moves, bro, or something. You know what I mean? We throwing some house music, some shit.
Word. That's lit. But yo, also, I have to big up while we got Illegal here, because I don't want to forget, you know, big up to the man them. You know, I appreciate that you guys was able to release that We Live through you know, the Goons music page, because yo, I feel like I felt like, you know, I really want to express that art for you guys, and you know what I mean, like see what you got, how you guys take it and shit like that, you know what I mean, because I feel like it's a good body of work for me, you know.
Absolutely, yeah, man. Yeah, enjoyed the album a lot, man. Like it's a lot of tracks on there, like 15 or 16 or something.
Yeah,
right? And
like 15 tracks, you know.
Yep. And yeah, I definitely also Love My Life, you know. That's definitely a super dope joint. And I remember the Jokes joint. What was it? Dinner Time?
Yeah.
That's fire, you know. Like, I mean, but yeah, man, like it's almost no skippers there, you know. It's really a dope, solid album. I mean, Buffett, of course, he always comes through, and you killed all of these joints and gave here and there a different vibe, you know. That was pretty dope. I think when I like I said, I only listen to it one time right now because as you can imagine, man, there's so much music out. And, and it just dropped, you know. So, but I will definitely go back to it, man. Like it's when, you know, I catch myself sometimes listening to something, and then I have to, you know, when I start after a couple joints, when I start skipping, then I know I'm gonna start skipping faster and faster, you know. But honestly, on this album, I didn't skip, man. I listened to the whole joint while I was driving, and yeah, and enjoyed it a lot, man. Definitely, man. So I give everybody the advice to definitely check it out, man. Sure.
Yeah, much appreciated. Yo, that joint with Jokes, yeah, man. That was one of the ones where I was like, yo, why? So if you listen to Love My Life and think I'm just coming with some like happy shit, I'm like, let me just fucking flip it to some really fucking bar. Like, yo, I be talking some dark shit. I'm not even gonna like hold it back. There was some dark shit in there, you know? Like, yo, people will be like, yo, what is a nickel-plated abortion? But you know, like, why did you say that for?
I mean, the whole hoax are like, yeah, you the one getting eaten at the party. Is like, like, yo, can't get darker than that, bro.
Yo, you know, I had different phases of my life, so you know, I think it was more so when I was a lot younger, you know.
Oh, I thought he was going to say, yo, I ate a couple people way back in the day. It was part of my
No, I know, right? Yeah, I'm actually from the Taino Caribs of Trinidad and Tobago, so I probably ate a motherfucker a couple generations back. No, I'm playing them. But I mean, like, you know how they say, yo, I'm gonna eat his food and shit when I see you, you know what I mean? So I call the track dinner time. I got Jokes Diamond, you know what I mean? He's the G from out there in Brownsville and shit. So, you know, but yeah, man, that was an exciting track. The track with Hellraiser too. That shit, yo, big up to both.
Day of Reckoning, yo.
You know what I mean? That shit, bro, like Bofat mixed that hook and made him sound like, you know what I mean? It was like almost like kind of a slow motion effect, but not really. You know what I mean? So it went perfect because he was talking about, you know, it was like some apocalyptic type sounding shit. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, yo, let me call this shit the day of reckoning, you know? Yo, based off of my name, obviously.
The piano, that shit was just overall dark, man. Like, you know what? Yeah. It's funny because that track would have went perfect with the Canadian Fire shit. Like, everything going on, that's definitely a joint you should have been playing. It fit the whole fucking, you know what I'm saying, the whole vibe of everything. So yeah, that's crazy. I mean, there's so many tracks. It's funny because with this amount of tracks on the album, it is kind of hard to like primarily focus per track because you have so many to go through. But like Illegal said, there's no skip value. It's all replay value. It's all rewinds. Like, so I mean, it's definitely worth going through. And I gotta say, man, you're a fucking beast on the mic, bro.
Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you.
Your fucking lyrics is some real fucking. Sometimes I'm pretty sure it flew over a whole bunch of people's heads and shit. Yeah. A lot of shit you were saying, but yeah, man, you definitely out there, man. Like, I'm glad Canada got you out there, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you holding it down and shit, straight up and down, man. Yeah, that shit is dope. I do have to ask you this too. Yeah. There was one question I had, man. It was going through my head, listening to everything and reading the title and shit. And I gotta ask this to Bofat too. Next time I see him, whatever the case.
Yeah.
So y'all called it Warrior's Drum, but why isn't there a Warrior's Drum track?
right? What, like a remix to King Just shit, like get him smacked. I could have got him the hey like yo, right?
I mean, because it's just like I know it's the main, that's the title of it, but it's like when I was looking through the track list and I was like, there was no Warriors Drum song. That's why I was kind of like,
you know where that came from? Okay, so me and Jokes was talking actually, right? So he was like, we was going through some names, and sometimes it's crazy because I'm like, yo, what do I name this? Because my other project, I went so deep with it, I called it Scarabian Nights, because I'm from a place called Scarborough, and like, I'm telling you the stories about it. So it's a bunch of different, every track is almost like a story about where I'm from, you know what I'm saying? And like, but this one, it was like, some of the tracks I had time to sit there and write. Some of them I was like, yo, Bofat, by the time you give me a beat in the morning, I said, by the time you come home tonight, you're gonna have files and a rough. You know what I'm saying? And we did a bunch of tracks like that, bro. And I was like, yo, watch this. But you know what I'm saying? So me and Jukes was going through some ideas, and Jukes kind of threw that out there, and I said, okay, well, I'm the chief, right? And Bofat's like a martial artist, right? So like, and Warriors and drums is both associated with, you know what I'm saying, the chief and a martial artist, you know what I'm saying? Actually, he's a teacher and shit, so it's even deeper, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's like, yo, like they'll call him teacher and shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, that shit is hard. I forgot the word that they use, and, I don't want to misquote nothing before I get a little comment from Bofat in the section down there.
Yes, real quick, for Bofat, if you still listening, man, we gotta get you in a fucking Snowgoons video, bro. Like doing some of the fucking martial arts shit, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Cause he be throwing up them clips of him practicing and doing his forms and stuff like that. And this shit is ill. So I mean, that would be ill to have him in the, spar with somebody in the next Snowgoons video or some shit. Like,
word.
I'll be straight jack somebody up, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I tell people, I said, yo, when I go out to Germany there, I was like, bro, Bofat will fuck you up, bro. I was like, Bofat will literally eviscerate man's like with his hands and shit, like, you know what I'm saying? Nah, but he's a humble. You know how martial arts about humility too. So gotta be humble. Yep. I'm just joking though.
He's definitely a good dude. Like, I don't see him running around. I don't see him running around beating people up and stealing people's wallets and shit, anything like that. You know what I'm saying? He's a very good dude, man. He's a very humble shit. Peace to everybody tuned in and shit. I did have one more question. It's kind of funny what you just said though. I actually want to backtrack real quick to that. If you had an option to remix any track off the album, which would you want to remix?
I think I would do "Love My Life," with maybe get like a shorty to like do some harmonies or go over it a little bit with me. And I know, right? Like, I think that's the one, definitely. And I don't know why. I feel like it has a good, I feel like if I did that track during the 90s, it would have extreme good commercial value, in the boom bap, when boom bap was on top in the mainstream media,
Yeah. No, I think. I mean, cause it was already kind of bouncing that way, so I definitely can see that working out. You know what I mean? Or you could even make it dark. You know what I mean? Love My Life and just completely fuck people's heads up with like some dark ass beats.
Chopped and screwed. It's like all over my life. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt. But so the album's fine, man. I definitely feel like everybody needs to check it out. Spotify, and also, you know what I mean, purchase it, watch the video on the Goon channel and shit. Legal, you got anything you want to mention and shit before we dip out?
Yeah, but also I wanted to also ask real quick, like, when you worked with Bofat, like, how was the majority of the beats? Like, did he just send you a whole bunch of beats and you picked them, or did he send you here and there also specific beats and was like, yo, this could fit, or like how was the collaboration mainly? I mean, of course, I know it's like you can't break it down for every song, but like the all over work flow, how was it with Bofat?
Yeah, like, so okay. It actually was like 3 different methods that we did. One, it was like, as soon as he posted the beat to what is it called? that other streaming thing, not the Spotify. I've been used to it in a while. Anyways,
SoundCloud.
The one where you could sell them yourself and everything. What is it?
Talk about BeatStars.
Nah.
Is that what it was?
SoundCloud or
No, it's like for artists.
oh.
I'm true.
Yeah, I think he told me that once too. That portal. Yeah.
Like, yo,
I remember.
it's like but anytime he posted a beat, I'm like, yo, did anybody take that yet? Did anybody take that yet? Send that shit. You know, please. And
there you go,
like,
Bandcamp.
Yeah, Bandcamp. There we go. There we go. Mars, thank you. Appreciate you guys. Anytime he posted some shit to Bandcamp, I was like, nah, man, I'm getting this before somebody else get it. You know? And then actually a couple of them I chose a sample. You know what I'm saying? So I chose a sample because these are records that I've been vibing with, and I was like, man, this would be a fire track right here. So like Love My Life was one of those. So it was like I feel even more hype when I hear it, because I was like, man, he was able to flip that, do his magic, like his Bofat magic. You know what I mean? Because, yo, and just kill that shit. That shit was so hard. Like, when I heard him send it back, I was like, you know?
Word.
But, yeah, man. And, you know, the thing about Bofat is like, yo, his beats, like, yo, the way I am, I'm very influenced by Wu-Tang. You know what I'm saying? And, like, Gravediggers, that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? So, like Bofat's beats fits right into that for me. So a lot of them just came naturally. Sometimes he would send me a beat. He was like, so I was getting them off Bandcamp. He would throw some at me that he felt like was hard, you know? And then a couple we built together.
That's just it. So, yo, Rap and Weed. The album is called Warrior's Drum, produced by Bofat with Chief Reckah. Yes. You know what I mean? For those that missed the title of the album, it's Warrior's Drum. It's on Spotify. I believe you can cop it off the it's on the goonsgear.com, correct?
Yeah. And you know, shout out, I had Thrust on the shit. He's a legend from Toronto as well, so that was pretty dope. And then also big up to E the Mad Assassin. You know, I had met him in Europe and he jumped on the project, you know what I'm saying? And big up to Harv and Hayes, you know, Back Black Music Group, you know what I mean? And because, you know, you got to get some of the team on the joints too, you know what I mean? But yeah, I can't not mention them, you know?
No doubt. That was a good question too, Illegal. Yeah, word. Cause I was wondering that too. I was wondering like how, you know what I'm saying? Like, did he send you the beats? Did you pick out which beats, you know what I'm saying? Or did you give him ideas of what you were looking for, generally speaking? It's funny you said the Wu-Tang shit, because there was some tracks out here that did feel like a RZA style flow to it. Like, you know what I mean? The drums were mad hard and just bam, bam, bam. Like, you know what I mean? So I definitely felt that on there too. So I'm glad you mentioned that.
Yeah, much appreciated, bro. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I appreciate you guys streaming it and taking it in, or, you know what I'm saying? Because, like I said, you know, it's like my favorite work of myself up to date. You know what I mean? Like, so, respect. You know?
All right. No doubt.
Yeah.
Anything else? Any other questions? Anything else you guys want to mention or whatnot?
Yeah, man. I was just also saying, on Sunday I'm gonna go live on Instagram, and I will be taking like random people into the conversation. Like, I will be on for like an hour or something, and then anybody can ask something, and I will like basically tap into like people, like when they request to come in, they can come in like for a full hour. Like, I will take and multiply people, whoever want to come in real quick. And I'm gonna be talking mainly about all the new Snowgoons, and especially the goon music stuff that's gonna come up, because it's so much right now. I made actually a list real quick, so it's, you know, but I'm not even gonna say it, but it's like, I have here like probably 15 artists listed up now that's gonna you know, coming new work this year, basically planned. And yeah, and this is not even everything, you know, like for example, now with Chief, you know, we're gonna do some stuff. But yeah, on Sunday I'm gonna be live, and I will post it tomorrow. And I will share all the news there for like the whole Snowgoons and Goon music universe. You know, like that's one thing.
Big. Yo, that's a huge, that's some big news still. Enough respect, yo. And I just gotta say, man, like I said, appreciate you guys. You know what I'm saying? Like, thank you. Like, you guys has been supportive, and it's a grind out here. So all help and all blessings is, respect. I appreciate it. And yo, big up to you, DJ Illegal and Snowgoons and Supreme. I know you guys been doing big things, and you know what I mean. The boom bap world owes you guys. Words.
Well, thanks, brother, man. Thanks, and I will definitely send you some this weekend. 100%, so we can get this finally started. Like,
hey, no doubt. I appreciate it.
Peace, TMB. Peace to everybody that was tuned in still.
All right.
Yeah.
Yo, peace.
Definitely, definitely stay tuned to the Snowgoons channel, like you said. You know what I mean? 'Cause that's definitely interesting. Like, it's not too often you get this opportunity to hop in and speak to illegal. So definitely make sure you mark down your calendar, call out of work. You know what I mean? Whatever you need to do, make that shit happen, because that's a once in a lifetime opportunity right there. Straight up. But I appreciate y'all, you know what I'm saying, once again, you know what I mean? Yeah. And who better to be on a team with than the Snowgoons, man? Like, they all family, they hold it down for everybody, you know what I mean? Not just the hip-hop scene, you know what I mean? Even behind the scenes, they hold everybody down. And, you know what I mean? You're a good dude once again, like I said, man, and I wish the best for you.
Bless up, bro.
And,
bless.
You know what I mean? I appreciate y'all time, and, we hopefully could do this soon, this again.
Word, that's a fact, bro. Anytime, bro.
All right.
All right.
Yeah, but y'all have a good night, man. Great weekend.
Be safe, yo. Blessings. Peace, guys. All right.
All right, man. Peace. Yeah. So, that was the fam, you know what I mean? Snowgoons, of course, you know what I mean? Chief Reckah. Peace to everybody that's been tuned in. We appreciate y'all. Once again, make sure to check out the Snowgoons channel. When you get an opportunity to talk to illegal, you know what I mean, ask questions. Like, this is a once in a lifetime thing. You don't get these many options. So, you know what I mean, take it in. Check out the Warriors Drum, produced by the homie Bo Fats, you know what I mean, with Chief Reckah. Make sure to check out the video as well. A lot to say, but shout out to the homie Jux Diamonds, just dropped his new video. Check that out. Also check out the homie Generations new song on Spotify. You know what I mean, How We Roll. Make sure to check them out. You know what I mean? I got a couple of production albums and shit that's gonna be dropping hopefully soon too. Shout out to the Fan Mars one. We got some shit dropping. That's Static. We dropping some shit. You know what I mean? Him and my sons, the Dynasty Brothers. That shit's gonna be dope. Shout out to everybody, you know what I mean, tuned in. Make sure to subscribe to the new YouTube page. Cause like I said, the old one I'm not rocking with no more. This new one I'm gonna be having all the videos on. But yeah, once again, shout out to all the sponsors, you know what I mean? Snowgoons, Creative Juices Music, Elite Sound International, Police Up Radio, Vital Frontier, Smile the Ghetto Child, the usual suspect. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate all y'all. I love all y'all. You know what I mean? I wish the best for all you. You know what I mean? Hold it down. And check y'all next week. Peace.